in a recent video on the YouTube channel Crafts Right by a gentleman named Cody, he talked about using SuperGlue, cyanoacrylate, to correct some errors on his saw arbor. That video was linked over on the My Growth Rings Facebook page, and I was asked what I thought about that. My comment was, boy, I'm glad I have Shopsmith tools because that's completely unnecessary. And then that led to some discussion. Let me show you why that is unnecessary and maybe defend what Cody was doing. So what we have on the Shopsmith is a separate arbor that dado blades, molder heads are mounted. Normally there are some additional spacers here, but mine are off running around somewhere. But what we have is an arbor that is almost fully threaded. It does have a section that is not threaded. And then we have these cupped washers. And these cupped washers, along with some additional spacers, are used to fill in that arbor with the various blades and chippers that we use when dadoing. Now, what Cody was running into on his saw was, first off, his saw is a direct drive table saw. So the arbor you're looking at and putting blades on is in fact the armature of the motor. And what it had was an undercut right where the threads ended. That's often done in machining just as a place for the threads to end, basically. And with his stamped steel cup washer installed, the outer blade, and in some cases even a chipper, had the potential of dropping into that groove at the base of his arbor. So what he did was he filled that groove in with CA glue. You can also do the same thing with an epoxy. There's several things you could use to fill it in just so that the parts don't drop in. Well, you can see here with the Shopsmith Molder Dado Arbor, there is no such cutoff at the bottom. If there were, that would be covered by our cup washer. Then we stack the blades on. And even if our blade were to wind up on top of the threads there, the threads are so much finer on the Shopsmith Molder Dado Arbor than on the saw that Cody was working with. Our chippers and things aren't going to run in here. Now, it is possible that our shims can fall in. Shims that we might use sometimes are made of paper, sometimes they're made of metal or plastic. This one I cut out of a piece of cardboard. And you can even see how this one might have even gotten caught at one time. If you're sliding these on while it's mounted on the Mark V and you slide this on, it's possible for your paper and metal shims to get down inside of the threads. And if you don't have it pushed tight against the next blade, when you install everything else, it'll shove it on past. And then when you pull these off, you'll notice that they've gotten a little bit boogered. Tom from Woodshop Nerdery has illustrated this very well. He likes to stack his dados onto his arbor, mounting this on his workbench. You could even put it into your vise. And that way, he's assured that everything is going on straight, everything is nice and centered before he clamps it all down with the nut. By the way, what am I missing here? Who knows what's missing from this setup? Leave a comment down below if you know what's missing. It's very important and critical for some things that we'll be doing in a future video. Anyway, Cody, not criticizing you at all. Sorry you've got a saw that requires something like that. And Shopsmith owners, I'm thankful that we don't. Make it a great day.